Jackson Hole Children's Museum 8th Annual Touch! Truck!
This year, on Sunday, June 7th, we will be bringing the trucks to your neighborhood.
Please visit our website for more information on our Touch a Truck parade.
I'm Kobe Stafford. I'm one of the pilots for Teton County SAR, and this is the helicopter that we fly. And we're going to show some of the kids here today what we use it for and some of the unique aspects of it. So these are the main rotor blades up here, and if you look back on the tail, that's the tail rotor. And I'm sure you guys have seen a video of a helicopter, but those will spin really fast and create lift. It's kind of like on an airplane, you have a wing that's stationary, and for a helicopter, it's kind of like that wing just turns into it just rotates around and generates lift that way. So say I'm at the hangar and we get a call, team members will start showing up, and some of the things I'm thinking about, we'll get whoever the SAR coordinator is to tell us where the call is. So that gives us info about what terrain they're going to be working in, how far away it is, so for fuel planning for us as the pilots. And then I'm also looking at weather. So if weather's coming in from the west and we have to go far out to the west, that's going to be a consideration versus if it was right next door picking someone up. So they'll show up, they'll get all their gear, skis, 24-hour packs.
What's the helicopter's gas?
What's up?
What's the helicopter's gas?
Helicopter's gas. We use jet fuel.
What's short hauling?
Short hauling is when we insert rescuers on the end of a long line. And so it allows us to get access to terrain that people would have a really hard time accessing on foot or on ski or something like that. Or take longer too. Sometimes you can get access to them, but it might take 3 hours, whereas if we put people on the end of a long line and we fly them up and put them right next to the patient, they're going to get that care a lot quicker. We hook them up with 2 hooks, so we have a bit of a redundancy. We don't want people just on one hook, because if that accidentally releases, then that's bad news. So we have a system where we've got 2 hooks, and we use what's called a Y-lanyard, so the line splits off into 2, and those have metal rings, and they clip into the bottom, and then it links up to the rope that those guys are on. And so we can access both of those by releasing, or we've got independent control of those hooks. And if you do this here, that's it opening. So that's a manual release. So when the short haulers hook the line up, they'll come out. We're sitting here in the cockpit, and we've got a mirror. Do you see that up there? So we can see underneath.
Well, what's this thing?
This thing. Look at that.
What's in there?
I'll show you.
Heads up there, bud.
So this
There
is
you
a
go.
compartment, yeah. Just a little bit of survival gear, a coat. This is where I put my lunch. This is a basket. We don't have enough room internally to keep all the stuff that the SAR members need. So skis and their overnight bags, 24-hour packs, stuff like that. So red ones. Cool. You want to take a seat right there? Awesome. So the pilot sits here in the front right seat, and then you can have up to 4 people in the back. And then someone sits up here who's kind of managing the ship, I guess, kind of helping out up front. So these are my controls. This is a collective here, and this is a cyclic. My left hand goes on this, and my right hand goes on that. And then if do you see down there? These screens tell us some information about the engine and how much power we're able to exert. Kind of like in a car when you can see your RPMs. It just kind of gives you some info. You're not flying blind. And then this down here just gives us some information about engine oil temperatures and pressures and stuff like that. You guys through the. So this is our airspeed indicator. It tells us how fast we're going. Kind of like in a car, you got a speedometer. That's our version of that. This tells us what direction we're going. So we have a GPS, but this is just kind of a backup for that. This tells us our altitude. So right now we're sitting at 6,200 feet above sea level. So once we take off, that will respond, immediately and just tell us our altitude above sea level. Our radios. This is a radio. This tells us which radio to select because we got a bunch of different ones. So we got 2 up here, 1 comes out of the GPS, and then 1 here. So we can decide who we want to talk to, who we want to listen to, and then same with the front seat here. They've got their own knob to the side. So I can be talking to one person, they can be talking to someone else, and it just helps increase situational awareness. So.